Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Really? That wasn't very enthusiastic. Come on, let's try that again.
That's just,
Like, comment, subscribe.
I'm freezing. Ring the bell.
I'm freezing.
Yeah. You seem to have
What's
caught
up,
me.
Joe? How you doing? How you doing? You are number one, my man. Well, number one. Drivers lineup. How you doing? Morgan, what's up? Alan, happening. And Mr. Latimer rounds it out. That was the top 10. Oh, man. Kenworth, what's up? Let's see. Over a foot of snow coming to Connecticut. Yeah, guys, I'm sitting in PA right now. I guess tomorrow, Wednesday, they're looking at some crap coming through here, so I got to get the hell out. We deliver.
And it's freezing.
It's not freezing.
Yeah, it is.
We deliver at 8 a.m. I got here at 8 a.m. this morning. I was trying to get it delivered early or be able to drop it, and they wouldn't let me do either one. So that sucks. What's up, Edge? How's Suede? How you doing? Say hi to Suede, I mean. Lugnut. And Mr. Michael. Scott from Tulsa, Oklahoma says hello. Well, hello there, Scott. Travis, what's up? Morgan is headed to Maine. Good luck with that. Hi, Bobby. How you doing? Jeff, what's up? So, guys, I know I started talking about an issue we had back in Dallas the other day. I did that live on it, and we got so rudely interrupted by dispatch. So I figured I'd come on here and let you know what happened with that trip. We'll kind of go over it real quick to bring everybody up to speed, because I had to get rid of that live. There was a problem with it. What's up, Dan from Motown? Things are good, Justin. Things are good. You know, it's trucking, so they are what they are. Hog Rider says hit the like button. All right, yeah, that would be nice, man. If everyone could smash that button over there, with that would give me help me out there. Morgan says he's scared of the snow. Well, you're heading to the wrong place, man. If you're scared of snow, because it's going to start dumping out here. I believe come Wednesday. Come Wednesday. Is that better or is that better? Number one or number two? I think number two. Yeah. Number two. Try to get this camera straight here. You want to say hi, Melissa? Here. Say hi, Melissa.
Hi.
She's over there dying of the cold. It's like 90 degrees in this truck.
It hurts my bones.
It's cold.
It hurts my bones.
Okay, so anyways, as you guys know, the other day it was I was in San Antonio, Texas. We were making a delivery. We were told to deliver at 0001 on the 11th, which is midnight, basically 12:01. And I get there at 11 o'clock on the 10th, you know, so I was an hour early. Well, I get there. I'm going to just run over this real quickly for people who haven't seen that live. They can know what's going on. I get there at 11. I walk up there. There's a line of trucks, and I get out and say, hey, where's check-in? The guy goes, it's over there. He goes, but they're closed. I go, they're closed? He goes, yeah, they don't open until 3:45. I was like, oh, damn. So I walk over there. I look. There's a sign. I snap a picture of the sign. It says 3:45 to 11 a.m. or 10 p.m. is receiving. So I hit the buzzer. No one answers. Hit the buzzer again. No one answers. Call fleet manager, night dispatch. And they go, let me see what sales says. Sales comes back. Yeah, they don't open until 4 o'clock. Roll back in at 4 a.m.
It's the only truck stop for miles. Jeez, it's so busy out there.
And so I say, fine. I come back in the truck, and I sit there for a minute doing some stuff, and then I jump back into the sleeper, and I go to bed till wake up at 3:30. Go in at 4. So I go around the trucks that were parked in front of me, roll in, pull up to the gate. I don't even have to hit the buzzer. The gate opens. I go in, go to check in, and they're like, your appointment was at midnight. It's 4 in the morning. We're closing. So I gave that straight-eyed and straight-mouth look of the emoji. So what do you mean you're closing? I said, the sign says 3:45 to blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, that's our dry side. The reefer side is from such and such 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. or something like that. I'm like, well, wait a minute. How am I supposed to know that? And they're like, well, you had an appointment on your paperwork, yeah? I said, yeah. He goes, well, you should have went by the appointment. I said, well, I come up to the buzzer. I hit the buzzer, and no one answers. Well, yeah, the buzzer's broken. We can hear you, but you can't hear us. So again, I give that look. And then she goes, oh, yeah, you were the guy about 11 o'clock. You were out there and you look kind of confused. I go, yeah, that was me. She goes, yeah, I know. I seen you, and I see you were parked out there, you know. And she shows me, she points at the security cameras. Okay, so you know your buzzer's broken, so I can't hear you. You know that sign is wrong. Oh, it's an old sign because the whole company used to receive at that time, but now just the dry side. Why would you not take the sign down? Or, hey, how about this? How about put 2 signs? Dry from this time to this time, reefer from this time to this time. No, none of this made sense to them. They all blame me. It's on you, dude. You had an appointment time on your paperwork, and you missed it. I'm like, but I don't understand. I tried calling you on the phone, no answer. It says the hours of operation 7 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever. Well, that's our main office. Well, that's the only phone number you guys have listed. So there's that. Then there's the sign, and then you don't answer the deal. So she goes, well, you should have seen trucks going in and out. No, there was no trucks going in and out. There was me and 2 other trucks parked on the side of the road, and we were all waiting for 3:45. I go, now, I didn't sit up all this time. I go, I went in my truck, and then I finally just went back to bed, you know, catch some shut-eye. Well, so she gives me the other guy. He gave me the same speech. You know, you missed your appointment. You should have went off of what's payable. Oh, and here's the biggie. If you would have drove your truck in, we would have opened the gate, and you could have come in because the buzzer's broken. Well, you knew I came out of that truck. Oh, yeah, I watched you do it. So how come you didn't just open that gate while I was standing there? Because it would have told me that the place is open. Since your buzzer didn't work. Or send security out to go knock on these trucks' doors and say, hey, guys, I see you got reefers on your truck. You need to come in here and do your thing. So it was all that. They pushed out. This was on a Friday. Thursday, what was this? Thursday night to Friday morning. So they were pushing us till Monday. Well, luckily, dispatch and everything said, no. And they worked on it. I ended up sitting most of the day Friday to get this figured out. Now, some people were worried about me getting a service failure. Like I said, I wasn't going to. My fleet manager, because I finally asked me, hey, there ain't no... He goes, no. He goes, you did everything right. He goes, I've got the record where you called dispatch and asked them, sales checked it out and looked and did that. You sent me the picture of the sign saying they were closed from this time to this time, and it does not say dry side. It just says receiving this time. So yeah, there's no service failure for you guys who are thinking I might get a service failure. But anyways, it ended up happening is they negotiated, they paid me, they're paying me for sitting there all that day. They paid me to take that load 260 some miles to Dallas and drop it at the yard. And so far, they haven't charged me for whoever's going to deliver that load from Dallas back to the receiver. So it looks like they got that paid too. So I got my full money for that delivery, plus sitting there that day and driving the trailer all the way back to Dallas. That's how it looks out. That's what it looks like has happened so far. That's what's happening. So I get to Dallas, and my fleet manager's like, oh, please let there be an empty trailer there because it shows we have a couple. Well, there ended up being 4 empty trailers. 3 were dirty and low on fuel. 1 was full of fuel and clean, so obviously I took that trailer. Went over and picked up a load going to Missouri to get me out of that whole situation. It was a live it was a drop and hook, so I went and dropped it. And this crap load was pre-planned on me, which I should have declined it. But I was like, I've been really shooting down a lot of loads. My dispatcher's pre-planned on me. Let me go ahead and just take this one for the team. And now here I sit. Because I knew it kind of had too much time on it, but it's like, you know what? I'm going to just take my time and get it there slowly and relax on the way here. So then I called and said, wait a minute, can I drop this at Pittston? So he was like, well, you got to call da-da-da-da. So instead of relaxing it, I barreled ass and just moved it so I could get it here 24 hours early. Got it here 24 hours early. And yeah, I can't drop it. There's no one to deliver it. So that's okay. I'm going to get a 34-hour resetting because I stopped driving at 9 a.m. this morning. This delivers at 8 a.m. So Melissa will start driving. She'll take it in the morning. And by the time her shift is over, in the afternoon, I'll have a 34 in, which is good because I've got low hours right now. All right, so that's about where we stand. What's up, Wombats? How you doing? Let's see, what have I missed? Scott says, ring the bell. Hell yeah, I need some. Guys, anyone auditioning, I need somebody to say ring the bell with some enthusiasm because I'm really not getting some enthusiasm. If you guys remember my early on videos with Melissa on the truck, you could hear the smile in her face when she'd say ring the bell. Now she just, ring the bell. So I'm actually thinking about cutting her out of the ring the bell
That's trucking life.
No, I think I'm going to, because I like the enthusiastic ring the bell, not the ring the bell. So I'm going to probably go ahead and rephrase my intro there. Let's see. John says, hey coach, been in Reed City for 12 hours waiting on my load. Just got word it's ready, so we on the road soon. So be on the road soon. I'll probably be driving by the time you get to this comment. You're rambling on again. Like what's up, John? How you doing, my man? How you doing? Yep. safe passage there, buddy. Oh man. These guys, just as these guys at that place definitely sounded like they didn't want to do their job. Yeah, no, it was 13 pallets. In all, there was 2 trucks there, 13 pallets. They could have technically backed me in, unloaded the 13 pallets, wrote on my invoice, subject to count, if they were closing, in other words, subject to count, and then just put the crap in their cooler, and then when they came back on Monday, counted it. But instead, it's like, no, go sit in a truck stop for 2 days. See what happens, guys? I think what happens a lot of times with these things, one, they're probably not going to help you anyways, but when you question them on their stupidity, you definitely aren't going to get help from them. When I popped up and said, well, what the hell about that sign? And they looked at me like it was totally logical. What do you mean? That sign's for the dry side. And I went, how am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed? And they would, well, because your bill said your delivery was this time. I wanted to tell him, dude, I feel like I'm talking to a freaking wall, a recording on a wall, because you can't be serious with this nonsense you're spouting out. If the sign says this time, you don't answer your phone, you don't open the gate, how am I supposed to know any different? Damn dummies. Okay, Wombat says, what's your view on going lease purchase? I know you're probably going to do it. I have just under 2 years left on my truck. I'd rather start putting the equity towards owning. What do you think of Pete's? I think Pete's are probably garbage, but I don't know because I don't have one. But I know, well, put it this way. A buddy of mine, Jeremy, he's might pop in here. His Pete's got a check engine light popped up on it, and he's going to the terminal to do some other stuff, and they're like, yeah, we can't even check your check engine light. It's got to go to the dealer. Well, my Freightliner, they hook right up to it and can tell me what's going on with it. Boom, boom, 5 minutes. So Pete's are an issue when it comes to that kind of stuff, man. Be prepared to go to the dealer and, You know, he might end up being stuck there a couple of days now to get his damn check engine light read. Lease purchase. I'm going to do a video on my thoughts on lease purchase, so I'm not going to get too much into it in this live, but I'm thinking of doing one. We'll leave it at that for now. But I think that's just too much to go into on this particular live, because I have a lot to say about lease purchase. What's up, Will? How you doing, man? You where'd you end up, Will? You still at Mountain or what? Did you come over to the dark side? Let's see. Now you have 7 likes thanks to yours truly. Well, thank you, Wombat. What a guy. What's up, Biscuits? How you doing? You driving? You sitting around, sitting in truck stops playing tiddlywinks or what? Joe says, what was the name of the receiver that you had the cluster at? I think I saw another YouTuber at the same place. Well, one of the things, Joe, is I don't give out names of shippers and receivers. Couple of reasons. One, Prime doesn't want you to. And 2, you work, that would just be a bad thing. Here, let me complain about this guy. Let me tell you who they are. And then I work, Prime's like, well, wait a minute, man. Why are you screwing with our customers like that? I would never do that. So you'll never get the name. Michael says, ring the bell. Damn it. Yeah, there you go. That would be awesome. Wombat says, man, I miss my dedicated Reed City to Murfreesboro, then to Kalamazoo. I miss it a lot. Well, how come you ain't on it then? Why'd you quit it? I didn't even know there was dedicated like that. That sounds like a sweet deal. John says he has no desire to go back OTR because that's a sweet deal. Hey, you guys notice on the Qualcomm, it's asking about your chassis you dropped. I guess we got into containers now. We're picking up containers. I hear there's going to be some day cabs running around. Mama says, yeah, I've had no major issues with the truck. It's been a really reliable truck. I almost was going to buy it, but don't want to pay 4 years total. Oh, yeah, no. What do you mean you want to pay 4 years total? You mean lease it for 3 years and then it takes you 1 more year to buy it? Is that what you're saying? In Georgia, delivering in Winters Haven tomorrow. Okay, right on, for a 20:30 appointment. Right on. Say hi to Mike. Don't hurt him. It always seems like you're hurting the poor guy. What's up, Big Houston? What's up, Gilligan? How you doing, man? Melissa is playing on God knows what, Facebook or Pornhub or something, so she's not paying attention to all the hellos, but everyone says hi.
Hi.
You are on Pornhub. What the hell are you doing?
I'm not on Pornhub.
You're nasty, woman.
Believe me.
You're nasty. It's not bad. You can ask any question you want, man. Wombat says, since going to Lease, they apparently only want company drivers doing that route. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and I don't know if a Lease, what it would pay Lease to do that. If it would be worth it as a Lease driver to run a short dedicated run like that. I mean, obviously, don't matter how long it is, but not a short dedicated run. A dedicated run, meaning just in that area of the country. It's just, yeah, I wonder if that would make sense. I know somebody who did a northeast dedicated, because I know they have that, and they were Lease, and they ended up doing it for a few months and stopped doing it because the tolls were eating all the profit out of the deal. There was a day cab in Fontana when you started. Okay. Trucker Gilligan says, they keep giving me such heavy loads I can't feel all the way up. Well, you need to fill up before you go pick up your load, then they have no choice. That's no problem as long as you're not going cross country with it. Isn't it, since I've been leasing 1 year, I'd have to make another 3 years of payments. Okay. He's in the Mike's in the trailer cooling down. Now, what's the temperature and is the door locked? That's what I want to know. And what's your actual location so I can send help? Poor guy. Cliff said, you can do lease purchase 3 or 4 years. Mine is 4 years at $888 a week. Okay, that's good to know. But here's the thing. I'm going to just say one thing about that. As a team truck, I would rather do a damn 2 years lease purchase. But I would not do the 4 year because the excessive amount of miles we're putting on the truck. I want that truck paid off. I want that truck paid off before we start running into running out of warranty. But yeah, that's good to know. I didn't do. You could do a 3 or 4 year lease purchase. Now my Qualcomm isn't showing location, so I have to go to paper logs. Oh my God, I hate the thought of having to go to paper logs. Big Houston is back to doing flatbed. Why? Why? Qualcomm is part of that big hack. Oh, is that what? I know people were having problems with YouTube and Google earlier. And that's right. The Qualcomm had a problem the other day. Great. Mine's been working fine, knock on wood. Wombat says, if they offered me that route again and it paid decent, I'd do it just because I know the places to stop at. Plus, it's a 25-minute drive to hang out at the TA in Tennessee. Okay. That would be nice, a dedicated run, because you'd start knowing, okay, I can do my 30-minute break here. But it's like when we were running California back and forth up I-40. Yeah, you knew, okay, we're going to have breakfast at Big Beard, Black Bear Diner. You're going to stop. You know, she was always stopping at the same places during the day. Me at night, I would just get in the truck and run that thing all the way in because, you know, I don't need to stop.
I need to stop. Catch my bearings.
You need to stop? How many? Generally, how long do you drive before you stop? An hour?
2.
2 hours. Okay, you go to. In all honesty, that's fine. I was gonna say, in all honesty, it doesn't really matter. If you need to stop and stretch your legs, hey, you stop and stretch your legs. There is nothing that says you have to. You know, the old saying, keep the left door closed. That's true to a sense. But if you need to stop and get blood flowing through your body so you don't die, do it.
Or stretch because your body hurts.
I actually stopped last night. Where the hell did I stop? Oh, I pulled into a service plaza, and I stopped and just got out of the truck and did like squats and stretched my back and everything because I was just so cramped. Why would anyone drive or live in the Northeast? Why would anyone live in California? I mean, I'll ask a question. I'll answer your question when I'll ask a question. What's up, Trucker John? Virginia to California. See, right now, the I-95 corridor is going to be jacked on Wednesday. So anybody planning on playing that, tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful day. If the weather doesn't change, it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. And I need to be able to get out of here tomorrow morning and either run down. I'll have to look at the weather of what I-95 is going to look like, because if they send me south, you know it's going to be I-95. Otherwise, I need a load going far enough west to like Illinois or western Ohio to where I can get that load, and if I have to run it down south, I can go down the middle of the country rather than the eastern roads over there, depending on when things pick up and drop and so on and so forth. But I think Wednesday's the last storm coming through for the week, and then we're okay. I haven't looked at the weather reports today, but I think we're okay for the rest of the week, last I seen. -10, and yes, but he'll be too late. Yeah. Wow, poor guy. -10. That's gonna put a chill on him. You know, I guess you like little small shriveled up marbles. And you can see exactly where. Oh yeah, that's right. I can see where you're at. Which you take a lot of time off. Oh, and your battery's always dead. Why is your battery always dead? Always. It always tell your friend their battery's dead. It's like, man, 3 o'clock in the morning, I ain't telling her nothing. She'll kill me. She'll put me in the damn freezer. Let's see, man, David, I'll tell you, the driver lounge is one option. The driver lounge is one option. Is steering me toward buying a Freightliner. That would be so nice to work on my computer and play. Oh, you're talking about that table and chairs and crap like that? Here's let me give you my thoughts on that. Waste of money. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Because you're probably going, huh? Number one, unless you're going to sleep on the top bunk to where you're going to leave that table and chairs up all the time, it's a waste of money. That's number one. Okay? Number two, I'll tell you why. Because if you're going to put the table down and put your bed down every time, what are you doing with your sheets? Oh, I'll just throw them up top. Pain in the ass. Two, it's going to be those like camper cushions for the chairs. So sleeping on them is like sleeping on crap. So that sucks. And you know for a fact you ain't going to be putting your sheets up and down and making your bed every morning and everything. So if you'll end up closing it and never opening it again. So that's a $5,000 waste of an option. So unless you're a solo driver who's going to sleep always on the top bunk, to me that thing's a waste. Now, for a fat guy like me, it's probably a waste anyways, because I probably couldn't be fit between the chair and the the table. But I know what you're saying. And in videos they look huge, but in all reality, man, it's like having a freaking TV tray in front of you, like what I'm doing right now. Here, look. You want a driver's lounge? There's your driver's lounge right there. There's your driver's lounge right there. I use that to eat on, do paperwork, so on and so forth. But it's your money. Go for it. I think you're you were a skinny little guy and you're solo, so it would work out for you. As long as you plan on sleeping on that thin mattress up top. What's up, Dirty Biscuit? Let's see. Truck with me says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. H. How's it going out there on the road? How's the weather? The weather's been holding out. Now, driving here to Pennsylvania from about Columbus, Ohio, all the way to my stop, it snowed, it sleeted, it wet snowed, it rained. It did all of the above all the way here. All the way. So that was an interesting night. It kept you on your toes. Actually, I got to pull my dash camera card and maybe pull some of that footage to play. It was just interesting. You know, it was nothing major or anything. It was not sticking. It was too warm out to stick, but it just, it's like fun to drive in. The weather here, otherwise, it's what, like 35 degrees or something out there?
Feels colder, I don't know.
Well, you got your thing right there.
Doesn't say.
Yeah, go all the way down. There it is.
Oh, 37.
37 degrees. That is beautiful. This one over here is...
Yeah, but
I need to stick
cold.
some anti-gel in her butt or something.
I'm always cold.
Better quality sleep, Wombat, when solo. Yeah, absolutely, you get a better quality of sleep. You know, it was so nice this morning. I got here at 9 o'clock this morning, went to bed, and I actually slept a lot of hours because the truck wasn't moving, rather than my 4 or 5 hours. Cliff says, will Penn stop the steal or January 6th? I don't know. Biscuit says, rolling on the floor laughing my booty off. I don't grab my phone charger when I drive because Sleeping Beauty gets bothered, so I just pray it makes it all night. Sleeping Beauty. Why don't you have a phone charger? I got my phone charger. I have them in the bunk. I have one everywhere. What the hell is my phone charger tangled up? Yeah, we have our chargers everywhere. You know, just boom, 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 boom. Sitting there right now. I plan the trip to Maine to get to the delivery early in the morning and enough time to get to a parking spot to do my break. Okay. Good luck with that. Yeah, as long as you don't, if you get in and out of here by Wednesday, you're gonna be okay, man. You're gonna be around here Wednesday. You're. Wombat says, good point. I appreciate the insight. Man, it's so difficult to decide. Yeah, you know, because those options seem great until you actually get them. And I believe on the Freightliner, that's a $5,000 option. The driver's lounge, which is, it basically is like the Volvo with the table and chairs back there. But I do think it gives you other creature comforts because it's a package. Not sure what they are. Trucker John says, we had chain control over Donner Summit this morning. We need automatic chains. Trucker John, yeah, that would be nice to have automatic chains, but I'll tell you what, man, I ain't going anywhere that's got Northwest. I'm done. It's wintertime. Nope, I'm out of there. Not going over there. I'm not chaining up, guys. Call me a sissy, call me whatever you want, but I call myself smart. One, I'm not about to put myself or my wife in jeopardy for freight, okay? I got a daughter and a grandbaby that don't need to lose both parents at the same time because it's like, oh, let's go super truck over, you know, Mount Everest in a semi with chains on. If you need chains to get up the hill, chains ain't helping you going down. I don't know how you guys figure that those chains are helping you going down. If you start sliding, you're sliding between the chains or on a chain. You're sliding. Your steers don't have chains on them. Unless they're going to put 2-inch spikes on my tires that are going to dig into the ground, I ain't driving over that crap. No. And my fleet manager, when I first signed up with him, I told him, I don't chain up, just so you know. And you know what his response was? That's fine. He goes, but don't feel bad if you shut down, and because there's a lot of guys that will chain up, because if you shut down and I repower that load to somebody who will chain up, I ain't gonna feel, what the hell makes you think I'd feel bad? I'd be like, oh, thank God, get it out of here. That's one. Number two, you'll notice I'll turn down loads because they might be going near an area that would chain up. I looked at the weather here and I knew the weather here was going to be okay as long as I get out the day I get in. And I ain't bullshitting. I'll deadhead out of this place tomorrow if they're like, well, you have to pick up on Wednesday. Nope, I'm out. I'll deadhead right the hell out of here. No, I ain't doing it. When they're calling for deep snow and oh my God and Armageddon's coming, I ain't hanging around for that. You know the anxiety I'd have if they said, okay, you're picking up on a load Wednesday morning. Dude, you know the anxiety that would blow through my body? Nope. I'd be like, no, I'm deadheading to Illinois, man, or Ohio or somewhere. No BS. That's part of why I went Lease, is so I can go where I want to go. And now, having said that, guys, I may take a hit in money by trying to stay out of the crap all winter long, because put it this way, if I stay, let's say I go down south and I take a less paying load and stay down south out of the weather when I could have made, like, say, double going up where you know it's got snow and whatnot, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then the guys go up there and it's not bad, so they run around up there, it's no big deal. Well, they made more money than me, but What if those guys go up there and the snow is bad like they say it's going to be, and now they're stuck sitting for a day or two? Now we broke even, except you sat scared out of your mind, and I just cruised around in the heat going, oh, this is beautiful. Why do you look like you're dead? Are you just sitting there listening to me going, you're an idiot? Quit talking.
No, I'm just sitting here. My shoulder hurts, my body hurts. This cold is attacking me right now.
Go sit in the back with the heat on.
I will.
Yeah, it's freaking hot back there as hell. Close the curtains. The heater's blaring.
No, I can feel
Close the curtains. You'll catch yourself on fire back there. Go lay on the floor in front of the heater.
It's already back in my shoulder, so I can't stop it.
You need a nice hot shower.
No. Oh, God, no.
Okay, let's see. Don't mind you. He almost died that I have one. It's because he almost died that I had one. It's cluttering his truck. Meanwhile, his 60 changes of clothes. He almost died because he had a charger up front. That is funny. Now, here's the thing. It's very simple. When he goes to bed, wrap your charger cord around his neck and pull. And as he's going, tell him, either you say I can have one up front while I drive, or I stop pulling, and I'll stop pulling, or I won't stop pulling and I'll have one up front when I drive.
Wait, she don't have one up front when she drives?
No. Mike gets upset because it clutters up the truck.
Oh my God, I would die without my phone.
Yeah, because I always have a message that, please tell your friend that their phone battery's dying.
God,
It's
as much as I
8%.
listen to Audible, shoot, my phone would be dead.
We're up in
Winter Wonderland.
we're up near Lee's Port. Yeah, I try to avoid as much winter driving as possible. I've been off the road since the end of November. Won't be back on the road until mid-January. Okay, now are you, did you take off because of winter? Or are you just something happened that you're taking off that line? Because if I was going to take off for winter, I would take off probably mid-December to the end of February.
And there's like 500 trucks out there.
Are they still just coming in like crazy?
Yeah.
Wow.
That must be the only truck stop for miles.
For a while, yeah. The Freightliner is Murphy bed. I thought that you don't have to break down the bed. No. We're talking about. I was talking about that they have a driver's lounge for the Freightliner. Unless you're talking about for the driver's lounge, which I don't know how they do it, but I assume it's like any other thing where you got to pop the table up, which means you got to get the bed out of the way. And if it's a Murphy's bed and it goes up against the wall, the bottom one does. Now you really have no room. So I think you're talking about the upper ones of Murphy's bed, which yeah, you know, where it flips up against the wall. We were talking about the driver's lounge. Joe says, does everybody know the Attorney General Bill Barr resigned today instead of getting fired and prosecuted? Yeah, I seen somebody sent me something on that. I think that was you, Joe. I didn't look at it though, because I just was like, what the hell? Trucker John says, we don't chain up either, we just wait it out. Yeah, hell with that, man. I ain't putting chains. It's too much damn work putting chains on a truck. You spend an hour putting chains on, then you got to drive 25 miles an hour. You might as well just shut down. You ain't going anywhere. And myself, I'm not going to go to where I'm going to have to chain up to like get over Donner's Pass, because it's going to be a week before it's clear enough to drive over. So I just won't go that way in the wintertime. That's simple, man. There's so many super truckers out there that are like, oh, hell, I chain up. I drive 755 mile an hour in the snow. That's fine. Let you take those loads. I'm good with that. Mid-January will be peak winter driving, but it will be a short time for me in the winter on the road. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I think the roads get real bad end of December and
I think January,
into February.
Yeah, January, February are the worst.
Joe says, I think the Kenworth T680 had the best solution for a table in the truck. The front seat turned around and the table twisted around, and he can sit in the turnaround seat or on the bed. Okay, so it's kind of like the little table we got back there, and you sit on the bed and use it, but it was on the other side of the truck, and you can spin that seat around.
But
That's pretty cool.
Truckers, don't you want to get out of the truck and eat? Yes.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be
That's the other
forced
thing that's
in my truck.
pissing us off.
Yes.
Is like we're stuck at this truck stop, so it's like, you know what? Let's go inside and sit down. No, you ain't sitting in here.
No, 'cause
you ain't
COVID.
coming in. COVID will get you.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm personally
So we're stuck in the truck.
sick of being stuck in the truck.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? We got to get out of the tarred states and go like Texas. You can sit in all the restaurants.
Even Missouri, you can.
Missouri. Yeah.
Almost
So
southern.
we need to, you know, they need to put a thing on the reason you're declining a load.
Because you can't get out of your truck.
Because you can't get out of your truck and live. What's up, Fritz? Finally caught alive. Right on, man. Right on. Doc Holiday says, I'll be your Huckleberry. I mean, Doc Holiday says, is Prime a good company to get your CDL with and start with? I'm asking because I'm looking to get into trucking. Prime is a great company to get your CDL and start trucking with. Matter of fact, I think they're so good. I've got my CDL and I'm not planning on going anywhere. You know, have I looked into other options? I have. Have I went, oh my God, look at this company pays them. And then I research it and it's like, no, that ain't much better money. No, I'm out. Is there companies that will pay you more than Prime? Absolutely. Do they have the same amenities? Probably not. But I think dollar for dollar and apples to apples, I think Prime's a good company, and they're gonna, you know, they're gonna be hard to beat as far as some of the stuff they do for you and whatnots. But they're not for everybody. You know, some people are gonna have a problem with Prime just because they have the name Prime on the back of the truck. Some people think, you know, you're not a real truck driver if you drive a truck with the name on it. But, you know, I don't care as long as I understand for it. You say that like I haven't strangled him with it yet. Well, obviously you haven't strangled him good enough if he still won't let you put a cord up front.
I would flip if you
You let him live, man. You gotta wait until his eyes, the whites in his eyes start getting red strands and like veins popping in him. Then let him breathe a minute and say, can I? And if he says no, pull again.
It's only one cord.
I mean, he's okay, because usually if you make him stop breathing, you can leave him dead for like 30 seconds and bring him back before you get brain damage.
If you want to bring him back.
Well, you should at least try. At least you can tell the cops that I tried. How pissed is... Oh, and God. Disclaimer, I do not promote killing your husband. We are just joking. We're having a fun conversation. So, don't need any comments of, oh my God, I'm calling the FBI on you. You just promoted killing somebody. No, I did not. I mean, not really.
Jokingly.
It was a joke.
It's okay to joke.
It was a joke. Just kidding, Danny. I mean, Biscuits. Don't do that. Use one of these cords are unbreakable. I mean, yeah, don't do that. Okay, so Mike Williams says, how pissed does Prime get if you shut down because of the weather? They do not get mad at all. If you
feel unsafe, they want you to.
They constantly send out notices. Hey guys, you're the captain of your ship. If you're not, don't feel safe or anything, shut her down. Let us know where you're shutting down, and that's all we ask. Here's the thing, guys. Let's say you're a nervous driver because of the wind or whatever, and you shut it down. But Prime looks at it and they're like, well, there's no other truck shutting down. You know, for whatever reason, and they need that load there on time, they'll just repower you, and it doesn't hurt you at all. They'll just repower it with another truck. But usually when people shut down, there's no other trucks around, or it's such bad weather that no one's going to do it. I've shut down due to wind. I've shut down due to heavy torrential rains. I've shut down due to snow. Every single time the answer is 10-4, be safe, because I do it on the Qualcomm. Because if you call them and tell them, they'll tell you put it on the Qualcomm. Because once you put it on the Qualcomm, it goes to sales, it goes to all these other places, and there's a legal note of it. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but they cannot change the Qualcomm. When you write something on the Qualcomm, it's there forever. It can't be edited. And they'll just come back 10-4, be safe, let us know when you're ready to roll. That's it. And when the weather gets better, you say, hey, I'm ready to roll. If you've been there a while, they'll say, okay, what's your ETA? So they can give a new ETA to get to your 90 or your pickup or whatever. And bada bing, bada bum. They don't get pissed at all, man. I have never heard any driver ever say that they've been yelled at for shutting down and for weather. They promote it. If you sit on hold, they have on hold, the safety coordinator will get on and tell you, do not shut down. Shut down sooner than later. It is better if you shut down sooner than later. Don't keep pushing it, going, I think I can make it, and then go, well, wait, you know what? Now I'm upside down in the ditch. Also, the other motto they have is there's no load so hot. Hot loads mean they need to get there right away. There's no load so hot that it can't cool off in a ditch. Meaning, no matter how hot that load, if you put that truck in a ditch, it's gonna cool off. So yeah, don't do it. But yeah, they don't get pissed at all. I've never seen Prime mad about unsafe conditions at all. That was Biscuits. Greg, what's happening, man? What's happening, Melissa? Greg says hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Dan says, sorry, late to the live. What do you think about the auto socks for snow and ice? I've looked into them last year, or the first year I started seeing them come out, and I wasn't impressed with them. I'm going to say I'm still not impressed with them, just for the fact that the first time you hit concrete, they're ruined. I don't understand how they can even work when I went and touched them, but I don't know. I won't drive on snow and ice if you need chains or whatever, or to be done. I think the only good thing they would be for is if they satisfy the DOT as far as you having chains on the truck, having those socks on the truck. I would say dump your chains, throw the socks on because they're a lot lighter, and then never plan on using them. Because the only time I'll ever use my chains is if somehow, some way I got myself into a situation and I need to get out by putting chains on. Let's say I'm in a shipper receiver and there's ice on the ground and I'm backed into the door and the door's at a little angle or something and I can't get out because of that. I guess I'll throw chains on then to get out, which, oh my God, I wouldn't want to. I would do everything in my power. Cat litter, piss on the snow, put Melissa under the tires, whatever it takes to try to get out of there without putting chains. You never guess what I have to do again. So obviously, Jeremy, your truck's having some kind of a regen problem. That's what that check engine light's for. Good luck, buddy. You're stuck at the terminal for a week now. Watch. You better call ASAP and let them know you're having this problem. I'd call Road Assist. That way, one, you can get in the system that it needs to be done, and they might be able to make an appointment for you. And that way, if your truck's in the shop for 3-4 days, you can collect breakdown pay on it, because it has to be done through Road Assist, collect breakdown, man. Ice road truckers don't even chain up. Each mile the weather changes, time is money. Yeah, they probably, I'm sure they have aggressive tires on those trucks. They might even be running spike tires, who knows. But and I don't know this for a fact, guys, but when I'm going off of what I seen when I went into Wisconsin one time, or Minnesota, and it was negative 20 degrees. That snow and crap on the ground had the best traction I've ever seen. I think because it was so cold and so frozen, you didn't have a chance for it to melt and refreeze and turn into a smooth sheet of ice. So I'm thinking the same thing happens over in the frozen tundra where ice road truckers are. And if you guys watch that show and you ever seen a speedometer, they're doing about 20, 25 miles an hour. No matter how fast they make it seem like they're going. I think when they take video out the windows, I think they speed the camera up, because anytime I've ever seen in the dash of the truck, it's about 20, 25 miles an hour. Once you do the conversion from kilometers, because they got the kilometer speedometer. Good luck deciphering your last message. Huh? Truck with me said my lease ended at the end of November, and I'm doing a lease purchase, so I'm using up some of my 59 off days that we can use at any time. I'm taking all that time off before I sign my lease purchase. Hell yeah, that's a perfect time to do it, is in winter time. You're gonna miss most of this winter. Right on. I think the best solution for a table in the truck is a TV table that you can fold up and store. That's funny. I was going to say that earlier and I got sidetracked. But yeah, that's exactly. To put a TV table right behind the chair, although, it'll probably jack your curtain up here. And then pull it out, open it up. And if you get a decent sized one, you can put it right in between and turn sideways on your seat. Now you can eat there. Your partner over here on the other side can either eat back there, or if you share real tightly, you can probably both eat off the TV tray. Play cards, quarters, whatever.
Did you see on Dalton's thing, plus the Grants Parish Sheriff's Office, my cousin was missing.
No.
They found her, but...
What do you mean she's missing? Did they find she's okay?
Yeah.
Was she? Okay, I was going to say, is it okay?
Yeah, I didn't know until I saw Dalton post it.
Doc says, right on, brother. Hill, I'm just looking to get my feet wet. I know the money will come with the experience, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, they're paid. Prime is like one of the best paying companies to start with as a starter company. And their pay schedule is still up there with a lot of, even if you stayed on. I've called a lot of the 53 cents a mile companies and this, and every time the ones I've called, there's always, well, you can make up to that, and here's how you do that. And by the time you have to meet most of those criteria, it's like, well, geez, that was a pain in the ass. With Prime, you make your, 46 cents a mile now or whatever it is. Plus, if you're a company driver, plus you can get your fuel bonus, safety bonus, and on-time delivery bonus, which adds up. Every week, I make about $40 some in safety and on-time bonuses, or is it 80? Even as a lease driver, you get that incentive. So if you're a company driver and you added those bonuses in to your weekly, yeah, it's going to bring you up to 50 cents a mile or whatever. And that's where a lot of these companies that advertise that big money, they do it. They're adding up all kinds of crap that you probably aren't going to get every week, and they put that into, well, this is what you potentially can make. But out of the whole, and if you don't qualify for any of that, you're only making 40 cents a mile. So there's a lot of that goes on in this with a lot of these companies advertising. I can't remember what company it was. I can remember what company it was, but I'm just not going to throw them out there, throw them under the bus. But I actually went round and round with them, with what they said I can make there. And after really discussing it and really squeezing them, I got the, yeah, well, you do have to. It's our top driver. They started changing. Oh, yeah, you're going to make, $1 million a week here. Really? How do I do that? You just run your miles. You're good to go. Okay, so how many miles? You need to run 3,500 miles a week, and you can do it. Okay, that's going to be a little tough. Do you have the miles? Oh, yeah, we definitely have the miles. Okay, do you guarantee those miles? Nope. Okay, so what is your average truck driver drive miles wise? Well, here, call recruiting. No. So after doing it, oh yeah, we can usually get you a couple thousand, 2,000, 2,500 miles a week. Good weeks, we can get you this. So if I need to make this to make that money you're advertising I'm going to make, but you can not even guarantee, but you say you're probably going to get this miles, why don't you advertise that I'm going to make this much money and not this? You guys know I have big problems with BS on YouTube, okay? The whole paycheck thing. And I'm going to be putting out a video in January, and I'm going to be showing pay statements and possibly even the whole year, if the taxes are done, tax return. We're going to get down into some money in January here. I'm going to do a recorded video, and we'll probably do a live just, after that. But when these companies do that, that's like when not when I do it, but when truck drivers come out here and go, oh, I made $310,000 this year trucking. And then that's it. Now a bunch of guys are running around going, oh my God, I got to get out of this job I'm doing here. I can go get in a truck. I can sit and make YouTube videos all day, drive 3-4 hours a day, sleep, watch TV. All these truck drivers are playing games all day. That's all they do. They play freaking video games, sleep, eat, and they don't really drive because they never really show the driving because, they can't film and drive. And they talk about all these great adventures that they're on. No, man, that's because they're not breaking the crap down. They're not telling you that's oh, I train or I team, and that's gross. I only made this much money instead of this much money. Then they're not telling you, yeah, I drove 10 hours last night, and the last 5 of them I felt like my eyeballs were going to jump out of my head, kick me in the face, and then freaking run away. They don't tell you how, I gotta freaking, hey, get up here, man. I need to go another 5 miles, and I can't safely make it unless you're sitting up here slapping me in the forehead. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about, oh, didn't sleep for 2 days because you can't, because the damn truck's bouncing all over the place. So there's a lot of, I don't want to say BS, but BS, yeah, it's BS in trucking and over exaggerated. Things are made to look better than they are. Although if you run and look at my channel, especially from the beginning, you'll see comments where guys are, all you do is complain or blah, blah, blah. No, it's not complaining. I just tell the truth. It's, this was crap. This sucked to do this. But a lot of guys, a lot of people, when they're looking to get into something, make a life-changing moment, and especially if they're trying to convince a spouse, it's easier to find the guys that are saying, you know what, you're going to take home $35,000 an hour in trucking, to convince the wife to do it than to look at a channel like mine and say, hey man, you're going to make this much money by really working your butt off. Your wife's probably going to hate you at the end of each month when you come home and you smell like turpentine, cheese whiz, and vinegar. And give you some truths in trucking. But I don't know how I got on that rant. That's because people who know me too, that talk to me, they know if you stare me into trucker BS on YouTube, man, I'll go off for an hour about it. So I'm gonna get off that soapbox. Let's go back to the comments here. Dirty biscuits, you caught that, huh? I heard here at Prime that in order to work here now, you have to have a YouTube channel. That's funny, Nick. That's funny you say that. I don't know why that is. Why is Prime so full of YouTubers? Maybe they're one of the companies that allow it, which I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that Prime allows some of the YouTube stuff that I see out there. You'd think they'd monitor it better. Exactly, biscuits, exactly. Wink, wink. Oh, man. Here's the thing, guys, about that Prime YouTube thing. Prime's a big company. There's a lot of people at Prime, because you do have tons and tons and tons of YouTubers that aren't on Prime. But why people see a lot of Prime drivers doing it is because Prime is a big company And a lot of guys throw the name out there. You know, I got Prime on my hat because I'm proud of my company. I'm not. Ooh, I almost took my hat off. Damn it. I'm not going to run around promoting a company that I can't stand. So, you know, that's why I think it is a lot of people are proud to work for Prime. They're proud of Prime. And so they talk about Prime. You know, they're not running around going, oh my God, Jim Joe Bob's Trucking just, you know, sucks. So they're not, yeah. Yeah, my phone, my Prime Instagram fans only is taking off. I couldn't handle posting on YouTube. To maximize revenue. Yeah. Top speed on Prime trucks, 58 on the pedal, 62 on cruise for a company truck, 65 on a lease truck. Funny, Nick. Do I need to freaking flick you on your forehead there, Nick? You're on a bed. It does sometimes feel like the trucks are doing 40 miles an hour. That's for sure, man. I'll be driving. It's like, oh man, we must be going uphill. This is so slow. And I'll look down and I'm doing 65. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be a long trip. What's up, Aaron? Hi, first amazing. Keep it up. Only one I saw out of all channels showing real company drivers pay. 2 questions. One, if I want to come to Prime now, how do you still need the permit, or do you get it at Prime? No, you have to get your permit. You have to do your permit first before you come into Prime. You used to do it at Prime, but Missouri changed the rules. So you have to get it before, which is fine. Getting a permit is simple. I mean, it's you go into, depending on how big of a city you live in, it could be anywhere from an hour to an all-day venture, I guess. Like when I did it in California, I was there pretty much all day because I was in a populated area in California, which, you know, there's just 8 million people there at 5 o'clock in the morning in line to get into the place. But yeah, you have to do it beforehand. Trucker Gilligan says, I can only go 68 miles per hour. Wish I could go 72. Yeah, that's the other thing. I noticed there's a lot of trucks out here, guys. You want to talk crap about Prime. There's a lot of trucks out here that are only doing 64 miles an hour. Why I know this is because my top speed is 65, and I creep up onto these guys, and then I have to strategically plan my pass to not hold up traffic. Because it's going to take me a good 5 minutes to pass that truck because I'm only going 1 mile an hour faster. So you guys like to laugh. Now, here's the thing. A lot of guys, even though our trucks do 65, a lot of people drive 58, 57, 58. That's because Prime promotes it, because the fuel savings you get running that speed is significant. Okay? You can probably pick up almost 1.5 miles per gallon, maybe even 2 miles per gallon running that lower speed. A lot of people are like, well, why bother? You know, especially why are the company drivers doing that? Because they get a hefty bonus for doing that. You can, when I was company, man, I was pulling anywhere from $30 to $80 a week in fuel bonus when I was trying. Now, right now, fuel was cheap, so, you know, myself, I haven't been trying to save fuel at all because it was so cheap. And I just have a hard time driving slow, man. If this truck did 75, I'd do 75. If it did 80, I'd be doing 80. But yeah, I wish we could go. I wish we had, because a lot of trucks, I think Swift has this, you can tap on the accelerator pedal. It's got that little extra indent in it in the Freightliners, and it will let you go faster for passing for X amount of time within 24 hours. I wish we had that so we can get past some of these some of these trucks, because a lot of trucks, when you drive behind them, they'll go 63, 65, 63, 65. When they're doing that, it's causing me to slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. But when I try to pass them, you know, because they're going my speed, you can't get around them. Or when they see you trying to pass them, they'll now do 65, and now you ride next to them like an idiot. You have to slow down. So we need a passing speed, because that'll save some people's life, I think. Biscuit says 65 is fine with her, because she's a... Never mind. Nick says 65 is fine. Greg says, in the oil fields, you have to push it through bad weather. I do it all the time. Well, that's it. See, oil field drivers, let me just say this, man. You guys are on lease roads. You guys are on off-road. You're not on the freeway with 10,000 cars and trucks. So, yeah, it's a lot easier for you to wreak havoc and driving that nasty crap than being on actual roads. Because I always wonder, because Melissa's cousin drives oil fields in Texas, and, you know, he'll be on these bad roads, and it's like, yeah, there ain't no one else there, so if you slide a little bit, who cares? Fritz is going into the caves tomorrow for the first time. Yeah, the caves are a trip, man. They're a trip. Some of the backing maneuvers you have to do in the caves, depending on which ones and what door, just be careful of the rock walls on your right side, because sometimes they'll kick out at the bottom. You don't want to hit your steps on them if you're getting tight. So just be aware of those walls in there, because they're cheese graters, man. They put something over the dirt in the caves that is like really porous and like it's almost like Brillo pad or like that volcano rock stuff, lava rock. I can get about 680 to 690 miles a day. I want more. Yeah, when I was solo, I would want more. Now that we're teaming, I'm just cruising, man. We just cruise. We do about 500 miles a day, five, depending on the situation, 5 to 550. Sometimes a little less, depending on where we're going and what we're doing. And have we had to push it? Yeah, we've had on FedEx loads. We've had to run our clocks completely out before. Let's see, and how, what do they look more on a job history or driving history? Because my history is awesome. Driving 4 years, nothing on my history, but job, I only had one before, like 8 months. So what do you think? They're looking for stability. It sounds like your driving's good. I'm not 100% sure what they're actually going to look for on your job history. I think it just depends on how old you are. I mean, if you're 50 years old and you've had one job for 3 months, they're going to be like, you know. But if you know, you're 21 or whatever, and you've been in school, you got out of school and started a job, you've only been at it for a few months, that's good job history then. But your best thing to do, what I always tell people, is call a recruiter. My recruiter who I used was Julie Jones. I don't have her phone number right handy, but you can just call the Prime number on the website, and you can ask for Julie Jones. I liked her because Melissa went through and she just took care of things like right away. You know, when she needed to get back to you, she got back to you right away. It was pretty cool. Okay. Oh, and then use me as a referral, please, because I want the referral money. It's my referral code. My driver code is AGGDA, HAGGDA. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I want the damn money. I found my lowering. Wait, what does it say here? Joe says, I found my lowering my cruise control to 62 or 63 miles per hour. At the end of 11 hours, I wasn't stressed or exhausted, and I felt like I could drive for another 5 or 6 hours. So what Joe's saying is slowing down mellowed him out, because, you know, people weren't in his way to bother him anymore. He was the one in the way. 63 miles. What the hell's wrong with you? Just kidding. I can't do mileage pay anymore. Percentage has ruined me. Yes, a lot of people I know says that. I would do mileage pay. I have no problem doing mileage pay as long as it's pays good. Um, you know, could I go back to company? Absolutely, I could go back to company. I have no problem with that. I'm not. If I can make money, if I can make enough money, um, no, I couldn't go back to company. I just forgot about it. Then you're forced dispatch. That's the one thing I can never go back to being forced dispatched. Summertime, I don't care, but wintertime, no, you're not sending me. My first year trucking, I was company, and they held me on I-80 corridor up and down all winter long in all the crappy areas. I believe they did that to John too, and I started thinking, well, of course, your company, all the lease guys are like, we ain't going over there in the wintertime. So they have to send all the company trucks to the crap during the winter. So yeah, I could do forced dispatch. Oh man. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Hello, David and Melissa from Mr. Skull. What's up, Skull? Trucker Gilligan says, I like how Prime has paid detention. Yes, you get detention, layover, breakdown, a couple other deals you can get out of them that, when things go south. Dan says, what's up, Dan Flag? I like that name, Dan Flag. David, as a solo leased to Prime driver, what would you think is a good conservative weekly revenue to the truck after Prime has taken their percent? Dan, we're going to be doing a video in January that's going to cover a whole year of a solo lease Prime driver. That's going to be a good video for you to watch, but I know you want an answer right now. I'm going to say this. It really depends on your work ethic. Everyone says, I'm the hardest worker there is. But then you find that, yeah, you work hard, but you're not working as hard as you can, or you don't know how to do it, so you're not running the right lanes, you're not running your clock correctly, and all that can screw your money. I'm guessing, if I have to give you some kind of a number, I'm gonna run and say that you should be able to, I would assume you should be able to clear like $1,400 a week as a solo lease operator. Average, okay? Average over 52 weeks with taking some time off. I'm assuming that you can do that. Now, if you want real numbers, we're gonna have to wait till January because I have to compile all that data still. But what I'm going off of is just basic. I've seen what people are running. I know what I ran as a solo lease guy. And that would be I think a decent number to say. Now, having said that, I know a lot of guys that are leased right now solo are going, what the hell is he saying? My last paycheck was $3,000. Yeah, but the one before that was probably $900. That's the other thing, guys, in trucking. One of the things you got to be able to handle is a big paycheck, small paycheck, big paycheck, small pay, or big, small, 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 huge, small, huge, huge, huge.
And it's okay to cry when you get a small one.
What you need to do is you need to put money aside to get you through the bad week, because usually you won't go through more than 1 or 2 bad weeks, but a lot of times it's up, down, up, down, up, down. And then when you average it out, it's like, oh damn, yeah, I made good money average. Like when I was a company driver, I was averaging over a little over $1,000 a week as a company driver. That was take home. That was with after taxes. That was after my medical and dental and all that crap. So, it wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad gig, but I was busting my butt too. And Trucker Gilligan likes 3,500 miles a week. That would be nice if you get that all the time, huh? Nick says, I worked at Ford and never seen people doing YouTube like here. Okay. Gillian said, I made 1745 the last 2 weeks. Most I've made. Only been driving 10 months. So you made 1745 for 2 weeks worth of work, or each week? And are you talking lease? I'm still trying to figure out how to make 100 grand a year at 72 grand so far this year. Okay. Well, you want to make 100 grand a year, you're going to need a team, or you're going to need to train. Scotty says he runs local. Okay, that's really good money running local. Right on. Wait for the tax return to make the video, and at the end of the video, say put up or shut up the complainers. Yeah. Well, no, I'm definitely going to have hard copies to put on the glass to prove what we're going to talk about. And not because we're trying to prove how much money you can make, but what I'm going to be trying to prove is when you're seeing guys talking about these millions of dollars they're making, because I have guys every damn time I do a live and we talk anything about money, they'll pop up, oh, I made $5,000 this week. And that's the only info they give you, or they do spout out the info, but all right, well, let's see it. Let's throw up a screenshot of your statement. And then I want to see the next one before it and the one after it. Because generally, people always only want to give you the most they've ever made. I had almost a $10,000 paycheck for a week. Now, I could run around and say, I make 10 grand a week. I'm not going to do it, though, because I know why it was like that. Hey Dave, what's crappin'? What's crappin'? Just sitting here, kicking back, reading comments, talking to people, saying what's up. Biscuit says, I'm off to bed. You night owls, let Melissa go to bed and get rest. Poor thing is yawning. Dude, she slept last night. And then I stopped, and because she didn't have to drive, she slept all day today.
I had insomnia.
No. So she's right now. She's been in bed.
In the morning, laying in bed, listening to you drive and talk.
I wasn't. Who the hell was I talking to at 3-4 in the morning? No, I was singing. She's been in bed for 24 hours. Give me that. She needs to go to bed yawning. She's yawning because she's been in bed so long, she's freaking dying. We need to go take showers here soon, woman. Don't be getting comfortable. Chuck Gillian says, I'm thinking of going to Prime. Right on. Well, if you come over here, you know my driver code. Hook me up. Hook me up, man. Hook me up. Way less stress for students if they already have their permit. Well, there's no choice. You have to have your permit if you're coming over to Prime. They no longer get it for you. TMC is slower than Prime? Really? I heard that Schneider was going to be dropping their trucks down to 63. Right on, Scotty. I wish my truck wasn't governed. You start on the 4th. Right on. There, Mr. Dirty Biscuits. A lot of guys like sleeping in the middle lane. Yeah, that's a problem, but you know, what are you gonna do? I guess things could be worse. Oh, cool. You start up in Pittston. Right on. Congratulations. Good luck with that. Oh crap, my coolant sensor's awake. What's up, solar driver there? You know it's dark out. Why are you awake, Mr. Coolant Light? Yes, I like leasing at Prime. I think it's a good way to make some money. That's another video I'm going to be doing, is the whole getting into, because you got a lot of people. Oh, the lease at Prime is so expensive. And I know a few people leasing at other places, and when you do apples to apples, once everything's paid at the end of the week, it's the same damn money. Oh, well, I lease over here at Trucking Company B, and my weekly truck payment's only $800. Cool. Mine's $1,045, so yeah, that's cheaper. How much is all your fixed costs? Well, they're this. Okay, cool. So you're still less a week than I'm paying. So how much percent do you get from the load? Oh, we don't work off the percent. We get 95 cents a mile. All miles. Okay, cool. So what are your average weekly paychecks? Oh, they're this. Okay, well, mine are this. So, you know, your weekly payments are less, but you're making less. And that, I found that a lot. A lot of these companies that the truck payments are a little less, you're making less money. You're making less percentage. You're making less per mile, so on and so forth. You all right, woman?
Yeah.
Shut up, coolant sensor. I ain't behind it all. I think they must have sprayed gunite on the cave walls. Yeah, they've done something to protect them, to protect those walls. I get better miles per gallon at 65 in my P. Okay, yeah, it's at 65 than 95, of course. No, Jeremy's not in here. Jeremy is not in here. You can make $100,000 a year in the oil fields, Greg says. Okay, right on. I'm sure you can. Oil fields is a lot of work, though. But if you're up for it, if you want to be filthy dirty every day, go right ahead. Now, the oil fields, I mean, everybody knows the oil fields is good money. It is a lot of work, and sometimes you might be up for 3 days straight, because from what I understand, the oil fields aren't governed like trucking, because they're, you know, lease roads, and there's if you run under a certain amount of miles a day, you're not, I don't think you have to do logs or anything like that. What's up, Mr. Carlos? FedEx driver. Great. Well, definitely be looking for the January video. I have been looking at a lot of companies and keep coming back to Prime as one of the best. Right on. Right on. It is. I think it is. The 1745 was for each week, and I got that the last 2 weeks. That is the best I've made, only driving 10 months, company driver. That's my current best record. Was pretty happy with that. Oh, hell yeah, if that's a company, what company are you working for? That's good damn money. 1745. Is that, that's gross, I take it, huh? Scotty says, US Express was one of those companies that told me you lease a truck and you get paid $1 a mile after 1,000 mile load. Huh. Yeah. What's up, Truckers Life? How you doing? How you doing? The man who's always making me hungry with his cooking videos. Guys, Prime is another trucking company. It's a business. When you plan on getting into trucking, make sure you have a plan. Make the negative and the positive work for you. Set your goals. That's work for you. There you go. Good. Saw an ad for another Springfield, Missouri company that had a 5-year lease with the $9.98 a week payment and only 70% of line haul. Okay, that's probably Wilson. And $9.98 a week. I don't know what truck that is, but see the Freightliner, which is the most expensive truck to lease over at Prime, I pay $10.45. So you're talking, $47 difference. And I get 72% of the line haul. They get 70% of the line haul. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same deal. Springfield company had a 5-year lease with Prime. If you reefer, it's a 3-year flatbed, and tanker, I believe, is a 4-year lease. But if you're working for Wilson, you're technically a stepchild of Prime, because if you're in the reefer division, you're pulling Prime reefer trailers, so you're basically working for Prime for less money. And when you take my spot at our terminal, I look at you like this. Go home.
And they're still piling up in front of us. Jeez. That's a lot of fuel.
You're going to have a live Christmas dinner. Okay, right on. Trucker's Life is going to make Christmas dinner live on Facebook or YouTube. $95 a week, that's good. I currently work them now, and yes, we pull Prime freight. Do they have a red Volvo to rent? I must have a red Volvo. Yeah, no, you ain't getting no red Volvo out of Prime, I'll tell you that right now. And if you and let me tell you this, if you're looking for a company to get a red Volvo that has to have a red Volvo, Night, I don't even know if Night's using red anymore. I think they're gray. But myself personally, I don't look at a company by what trucks they have. I look at a company by the company and what you can make there. If I wanted to, that's like there's companies out there that offer long nose Peterbilts to run. Hey, come work for us for 65 cents a mile, company driver. We're going to give you a 389 Pete. You know, you're going to be a badass down the road. I don't know, not 40, at least with us for, you know, $1 whatever a mile. But you're going to get this 389 Pete because that's what's bringing you over here. And you're going to only get 6.5, 7 miles to the gallon. So it's going to eat all your profits out of your lease. And in the end, you're going to be making like 85 cents a mile. But you look cool doing it in your long nose. Yeah, I'm not one of those guys who are going to work for the truck. I want to work to make money. My truck is the last thing I give a crap about. It's a tool. As long as it runs and it can be fixed, I'll get it. Now, I am leaning towards getting a Peterbilt as my next truck because for some reason, Freightliner cannot fix their own damn trucks. The terminal can't fix them. Freightliner can't fix them. Detroit Diesel can't fix them. Nobody can fix them. So I'm watching to see what happens with Jeremy, how quick he can get in and out of get that check engine light fixed, and if they fix it the first time. If they do and it's not too long, then yeah, more than likely my next truck will be a Peterbilt. Even though I'm so against it.
Yeah, but if it drives as smooth as everybody says and I'll be able to sleep better, heck yeah. You need to sleep to do this job.
How much are you getting paid to be a recruiter for Prime? I am not a recruiter for Prime. Okay, I just have a YouTube channel, and I'll ask you to use me as a referral because if you put me down as a referral, which doesn't cost you anything, I will get a referral bonus. The initial referral bonus isn't that big of a deal. It's the longevity thing. That's why when I see somebody that referred me and they're there more than 6 months and we happen to be at the terminal, hey man, let's go over to Fire and Ice and let's get some steaks and some drinks. It's on me. But the initial referral bonus, most people that refer me, they're gone. They don't even make it through orientation for some reason, or they never actually, no, they make it through, not George, they never make it through training because I've have them said they referred me and I never see a bonus, so that could be them lying or not, which if so, they never made it through
hey, where's my steak
the first
dinner?
part. I buy you steak all the time. They never made it through the first part of training because if you use me as a referral, I don't see anything until you become an employee of Prime. You have to go from PSD into TNT. Then I get the referral bonus. And I've had a few of those referral bonuses, but never the longevity, meaning they never made it past 3 months or 6 months, whatever it is.
I will.
You already did.
I haven't made it past a year.
No, but I
6 months,
got
you
the
did.
6 month
Oh.
thing from you. I got lost here. Okay, there it is.
You got behind there.
How long is this Prime Volvo trial period gonna last? I have no idea. I haven't really talked to him about it. I thought it was over, but somebody said that it's a 3-year deal. So if it's a 3-year deal, it's probably got probably coming up close to being over, because I think they've been testing Volvo since I've been with Prime, and I'm going on 3 years. Truck being cool is a perk. Salary is the best for me. Exactly. And you know, Trucker's Life, he's got one of those hooded trucks. But here's the thing, guys, before everybody goes, well, see, he runs what I call specialty freight, heavy haul, or no, it might not even be heavy haul. Is it heavy haul, or is it considered just oversized? It's probably the same thing. Probably oversized and heavy haul is probably the same thing. Grim says lots of other places don't give you a APU and inverter. That's another note for me. Yes, I would not work for a company that doesn't have an APU or an inverter. I know somebody right now who's working for a company that doesn't have an APU or an inverter, and they sweat and freeze, but are they because they won't run idle their truck because they're paying for fuel and it's too damn expensive. But no, APU and inverter is a must. Gillian said, I had a Volvo my first 3 months, made great money. It didn't have a speed governor. LOO, that's a 1,300 average after taxes, etc. Right on. Henry says, have a Peterbilt just through check engine light, hoping it's just a sensor. Sitting at Pittston, also here for a new windshield. Yeah, hopefully, Henry. Now, Pittston, are they going to be able to check the engine light, or it's got to go to the dealer? Because buddy of mine said that his has got to go to Peterbilt. That Springfield can't check the engine light. Can't check what the check engine light is. How many hours each one of you are driving? We like to drive 9 to 9.5 hours a day each. Now, having said that, I drive nights, so sometimes I basically will drive a lot of times. I'll look at Melissa's hours and I'll write down what time her hours come back, or I'll set my phone alarm. Which now she knows about this.
Well, no, I knew something was up when I go to do my trip thing, and yours would be gone. It's like, what did you do? Run 300? You're a moron.
We set our trip odometer on the truck to see how many miles we drove each trip.
And he erases his. Yeah, I get all excited. Oh, look at over 500 miles. And I look at yours one day, it was at like 400, 300 and something. What the heck? Do you stop for a long period?
Sometimes I have to stop and sleep.
Well, I know when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Well,
sleep
no, a
all.
lot of times I forget to change that trip odometer.
Oh.
90% of the times I do.
Okay.
And so when you see low miles, that's because 100 or 200 of my miles was on yours.
Right.
But I have
I know you have.
shut it off when I was too tired to drive, so I slept for an hour or two, and she don't wake up. So,
But that's okay. I'm not going to get mad.
so
'cause
I
you're
get
not
up. No, I know, but
driving.
it's just a pride thing. So I get up and I'm driving. It's like, man, I'm
A
just too
pride thing.
tired. And it's like, oh, her hours are up. Okay, screw that. I'm swapping. And so I'll swap, and I may have only driven 400 miles or something. So I'll erase it so you don't see it.
Yeah. What kind of Well, and he's got to pry me out of the seat usually.
Yeah, but normally that doesn't happen
No, it
often.
doesn't.
It happens here and there, and the only reason it does is because I drive nights, and sometimes I don't get good sleep during the day, or I'm up all day dealing with stuff, and then I got to drive nights, so I got to nap, and there's no purpose in me.
Hey, it
keep
works
going.
for me too, because then the truck is stopped.
Yeah, and she likes when I stop the truck.
Yes, it's so nice to
Oh,
drive,
man.
not to be driving.
But normally we shoot for 9 to 9.5 hours each. We do drive over sometimes when we're on a tight load, or we might drive a little less if I know for a fact
Well, we try to run on
I
weekends,
can't deliver the load early. I don't really push it, but I don't not push it because I don't want to say that I slack, because she always gets pissed about that. We're going to be there 2 days early. And I'm like, so we got to get there, then we'll rest. Because she'll be like, can we stop and eat? Nope. Can we do? Nope. Can I sleep an extra hour? Nope.
Oh, that's the worst. When I have insomnia, and it's like, just one more
I always
hour.
feel bad about that too. When I wake her up, can I get another hour's sleep? No, we're in a hurry.
Yeah, 2 days early.
And I said, we ain't got time on this load to be doing that. And I'm feeling bad because I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get there 2 days early. We have plenty of time. Why am I telling her this?
You wonder why I'm sleeping.
And then she yells at me for an hour when we get there. And she goes, when does this deliver? It delivers tomorrow night. And she does that straight mouth, straight eyes. And I said, well, now you can sleep all you want.
Except once I'm up, I can't fall asleep. That's why I am an insomniac.
Peterbilt does have a smooth ride. Did hit me. Did TNT and slept well. I had a hog rider was on here, and he says you don't notice that the Peterbilts have any smoother of a ride. Yeah, they have a bigger bed.
Does he run team?
No.
Does he sleep in it while it's moving? No. Then how does he say it's not
She just
smoother?
asked me if he sleeps in it while it's moving.
I was being sarcastic.
No, she was being Melissa.
I was being sarcastic.
You're being Melissa.
How the heck would he
I know you're
know
gonna say
that it's not people who are solo and it's smooth. I can sleep.
Okay, so Trucker's Life does run oversized heavy haul. Yeah, I guess one would be the other, right? Yeah, see, now you guys run an oversized heavy haul with your big ass 389 Pete's with the giant stacks and all that crap, 19 speed or 18 speed, does 457,000 miles an hour. That's fine. That is fine. If you do a special, man, run that monster of a truck. But please do me a favor. Do not put your shifter handle way up here. I don't care what you're hauling. That is a waste. It doesn't. Somebody told me it shifts easier. No, that makes your throw. If you've got a stick shift that's this long and you go into gears, the throw's small. Okay. When you start extending it, and now the pivot point's down here, the throw gets bigger to move it. So
cool.
Now they're shifting with a 2-foot span. Yeah, well, obviously they think it's cool. That's why they do it. I think it's to each their own, though, I guess.
Reminds me of those monkey.
It reminds me of the people who put those big fart cans on their little cars and make them go.
No, it reminds me of the motorcycles with the
ape hangers.
Yeah.
But guys who are running heavy haul and stuff like that. That's what a 389 Pete was built for, man. It's got that big engine. It's got those heavy everything.
Cattle trucks.
And cattle trucks. Well, cattle are heavy, man. That's heavy haul cattle.
Yeah.
But these guys that are buying these 389 long nose trucks and trying to run reefer and dry box,
light flatbread.
Yeah, to me that just seems like a waste of money. You don't need that truck. I'll tell you what. Watching a guy pull heavy haul or cattle trucks in a freaking Cascadia don't look right. It's like, what the.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell happened to this guy? Is he mental? I mean.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, his Pete's probably broke down.
Oh, yeah, and with this thing pulling 45,000 pounds just alone it's like, it's.
Well, see, those trucks that are heavy hauling all that, one, they're 18 speeds, which is a whole thing for that. Well, it's very low geared. You got 18 gears to get it up to speed.
Oh, okay.
Two, they've got high horsepower, high torque motors. Their rear ends are the truck's spec'd for that. So this truck's spec'd for what we're doing.
Right.
This truck would hate life trying to pull heavy haul.
Yeah.
The oil pan would squirt all its oil out.
It already does.
You have to wait for 6 months to get your bonus. Okay. What's the difference in mile per gallon, Pete versus Freightliner? Well, I couldn't tell you for facts, but a couple buddies of mine, one has a Volvo, one has a Pete, and I have the Freightliner. Last night we were goofing around and we all read off our mileage. I think the Volvo was like 8 point something. The Pete was 8 point something, and I was at like 9.1 or something like that. But you can't go off of that. That's just what we were getting at the moment. To do an accurate which one gets better, that's going to be something that has to be done in almost a laboratory setting. Because I can compare my miles today versus next week, and they can be completely different just because the weight I'm carrying, the part of the country I'm driving in, and the weather. There's too many factors. But yes, I will say, and I think everybody will agree, that Freightliners get the best fuel mileage over a Volvo, International, and Peterbilt. Pete Ride is 100 times better than a freight shaker. Okay. Well, we'll look forward to that then. Truckers Life says Melton had no APU truck, ran T680. Only time that was a problem was January 19th in Chi-Town at negative 50 degree Fahrenheit. Barely kept me warm, heavy socks, and 4 blankets. Yeah, no thank you. My Freightliner is leaking coolant, and they never seem to figure what's wrong with it. Yeah, that's about right. They just can't seem to fix Freightliners. If Prime would only change their hiring policy, I would go work there and use you as a referral, and you would get bonus coming out your yin yang because I don't quit. I'm in for the long haul. Yeah, Prime is pretty strict on their hiring policies, which, you know, is I guess good and bad.
Well, they're putting a lot into one student.
Upgraded to AC. Yeah, they want longevity. Joe is currently looking for a trucking company right now. That's the problem. Joe has been off work for a little bit, so Prime wants work history. I have a 2020 Cascadia with APU and these 43,300 pounds. I hate it. I hate if it's not loaded right. I have to go back. If I have full fuel tanks, have to go back. With weight is okay, or do people usually get? Now, I can run on my truck, I can run 45,000 pounds of freight with full tanks and and get it balanced out okay. My truck weighs fully empty, but full of fuel and everything, a scotch over 35,000 pounds.
Just the truck?
It's, well, the truck and trailer, empty. Yeah, the tractor is about 20,000 pounds. Tall sticks don't work for me. Well, that's good, Trucker's Life. That's good. I was wondering if you had. I was trying to say they're stupid as hell without offending you, just in case you had one. And you know what's even worse with those extended shifters is when you see it in a brand new Cascadia. I mean, in the old school 389s that are decked out, to me it's not a functional plus, so I wouldn't do it. But it looks better in that truck than in a 2019 Cascadia. But to each their own. I actually asked if he's still here, what the hell does he call him? The coolant light, Lucas. He was at a chrome shop in Atlanta looking at stuff, and I called that chrome shop because he said they had shifter extensions there. So I called the chrome shop while he was there, and I asked him if they had a shifter extension for my truck. And he goes, yeah. He goes, what do you want, 6-inch or 12-inch? I said, no. Oh, no, he asked what kind of truck. I said, it's a Cascadia. He goes, yeah, you want 6-inch or 12-inch? I said, no, I want like 2 inches. He goes, 2 inches? I go, yeah, I want 2 inches. I go, 6 inches will hit the steering wheel. So what? I said, yeah, 6 inches will hit the steering wheel. I go, I just want to make it about 2 inches so my thumb gets it better. It's like, what? I'm like, it's an automatic. And as soon as I said that, you can hear the freaking juice running out of his ears like I just blew his mind. So he's like, well, you have to come in and do your thing. He's like, where are you at? I think I told him I was in Oregon. And he goes, Oregon? He goes, well, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I said, yeah, no, I'm heading over there. Okay, I'll come. You have them, though? I'll come get one. Oh, man. That's not what she said. Also, the company tells me I can be 400 pounds over on my drives, but I don't trust it. You can in certain states. There's a couple of states you can't be. Now, over on your drives, but not over gross, okay? Not over gross, not over on your steers, not over on your trailers. That's called an APU law. If you have an APU or an EPU, they allow you, some states it's 500 pounds, some states it's 400 pounds, so your best is to just say 400 pounds. But I can't look on my phone right now. There's a couple states that don't allow it. I think like Kentucky and California don't acknowledge the APU law. So you're best not to even be heavy. If you can balance your load out, do it. But, you know, a couple 100 pounds over on your drives ain't going to kill nobody. You guys got to remember, your truck axles are rated for 20, your drive axles and your trailer axles are rated for 20,000 pounds each. So technically, you can have 20,000 pounds on the tandem. I mean, 40,000 pounds on the tandems. Because one of the things people are going to say is, well, how can you be overweight on it? So you're not exceeding the equipment rating of the truck. You're exceeding a road rating of the states. So if those states allow you to run that extra weight, you're not. It's like, in other words, I have 13,350 pound steers on this truck. If I went to 14,050 pounds, I'm 150 pounds or 100 pounds over. But even though states say you can be 20,000 pounds per axle, but reason why that's bad is because I'm exceeding the equipment rating. In other words, my tires are only rated for that. My axle's only rated for that. So if I'm over on those, I'm risking damaging, blowing out a tire, blowing out an axle, you know. So I mean, 100 pounds ain't gonna do it. But let's say it did. Let's say I blew a tire out and I was overweight on my steers and I killed somebody. Oh my gosh, the family of that person is gonna be so rich because I was negligent and I ran the truck at an unsafe level. So they're gonna hit your driver up, the company up. They're gonna hit the manufacturer of the truck up. They're going to hit the tow truck that towed the truck up for a lawsuit. They're going to, I mean, the state, they're going to sue everybody because it's such a bad thing, you know? Your company only does 389s. Yeah, but again, you're specialty freight, so you're all right with that. Okay, APU rule isn't law. Some states just don't enforce, but what it is. Yes, there's, you can go online and you can find the law for each state. And it's only like 2 or 3 states that don't recognize it. And here's the thing. Most scale houses ain't going to care if you're a couple of 100 pounds heavy on your drives. Because again, you're not exceeding the vehicle rating. You're exceeding their thing. I don't suggest doing it if you don't have an APU, but I mean, how many people have gotten tickets? I would be surprised. That'd be a nice poll to make. How many people got tickets for being less than or 400 pounds or less over on their drives or on their trailer? I wonder what the actual statistic is on that. I say drive what you like. You spend 75% on your life in the truck anyways. Yeah, Grand Prix, that's true. And most people do that. But me, I say be comfortable, but it's still a tool. I mean, I would hate to say I only made 100 grand this year when I could have made 150 grand this year, but because I wanted to drive a long nose truck and look cool, I ate that profit up in fuel. Now people do it all the time, and that's good for them, that whatever they want to do. But for me, that don't work for me. I want to make the money, but I do want to be comfortable. And so if you can find a comfortable truck that you can make money, and great. But to go out and buy a 1995 long nose truck because you want to drive a long nose truck is just wow. But hey, man, if that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. You do you. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. I drive a Kenworth T600 and haul up to 105,000 pounds. It is a very different feel than a prime truck. Well, yeah, I mean, I would think so. 100,000 pounds versus 45,000 pounds. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different there, Mr. Hurley. Pete seemed nice, but everyone seems to be breaking down a lot. Okay. Statistically, these are broke down a lot compared to others. Peterbilt's? What's up, Ben? Do your steers run heavy, always fighting with front axle weight? Mine did. I actually, I end up having to run my fifth wheel all the way back most of the time because my steers ran too heavy, because I have a lot of stuff for, having another person living, in here on the truck with me. So my steers tended to run heavy a lot. So I had to compensate for that by running my fifth wheel all the way back. I wish I could be back over the road, but my family needs me home more. I'm stuck driving a garbage truck until my kids get older. Right on. Yeah, I always thought about driving a garbage truck. Lucas, our coolant sensor, says true story. There is a PDF you can download which details the allowance overage on the axles. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can go online and get that. I just can't. If I had my tablet, I could have showed it to you, but you know me, I don't have my tablet ever. I've decided I'm getting a Freightliner, at least at first, because of availability of service and better fuel efficiency. The ride isn't a factor. So sleep when stopped. Yeah, there you go.
Lucky.
There you go. That's a smart move to do. I think a Freightliner is a good bet. It's a safe bet.
Well, it's a workhorse.
Yeah,
that's what they're known for. And yeah, I mean, if we were solo, that's what I'd have.
Yeah. Trucker Gilligan says 45,500 pound loads. Wow, that's great. Are you running reefer loads? I'm like about 79,700 pounds total weight with a 43,500 pound. These are reefer. Yeah, we run reefer. I mean, you can't hear it. It's in the background.
It helps me sleep at night.
Yeah. We have a nice light load. I think we have 28,000 pounds on. Ben says bigger fridge space for Freightliner 2 if you're solo. Yes, that is true. If I were to get a Peterbilt, I'd have to take that right cabinet out. That's for sure. At least the bottom half of it.
No, if you're solo, it's the way to go with Freightliner.
Mm-hmm. There's the link to the weight limit laws. Trucking says, yes, truck is a tool. Absolutely, it's a tool. Yeah, people who buy manual long nose trucks are compensating for something missing. No man card. No, I'm not going to say that. I know we all like to goof on people for that. But there's some people who drive Mercedes, let's say. And that's all they drive is Mercedes. Well, there's people that, they'll only drive a Peterbilt. There's some people that will only drive. I know people who said, hell no, will they ever drive an automatic truck? Ever. So those people are always going to be looking for jobs with manuals and so on and so forth.
It's funny, I've been seeing a lot of posts though on Facebook on the different truck forums how people are actually excited to have an automatic because they didn't realize how much work the other one is, especially when you're driving constantly or in traffic.
Yeah,
It's more relaxing.
I hear that a lot too. Is after somebody's been driving a manual all these years, they go to an automatic, and after a couple of weeks, they're like, "Holy crap! Wish I'd have done that a long time ago."
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a status symbol.
Gilligan says, I looked up the APU law in California and North Carolina don't allow the APU rule. Might be other states that don't allow it. Yeah, no, there's a map out there and it shows, and I think, I knew it was a California, and I knew it was an eastern state, so it's which is weird why North Carolina wouldn't allow it, but yet South Carolina does. I know they're separate states, but you know what? If they want to call themselves the Carolinas, they should agree with each other. Dot physical tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. Stefan, let me give you a little bit of advice. Tonight, stop eating. Yeah, I hope you already stopped eating, okay? Stop smoking. No Monster in the morning, no coffee in the morning. Drink lots of water. You'll be fine. And don't do anything tonight that's going to be strenuous. You know, leave the Pornhub turned off. Okay, you don't want to get your blood pressure going.
Tell them to turn it on Hallmark.
Yeah, watch the Hallmark channel for a little bit.
David loves it. That's the movie you watch on Netflix. That was like a Hallmark movie.
What movie did I watch on Netflix that was a Hallmark movie?
It's called Christmas Catch.
Oh, that was a good movie. What do you mean? What was wrong with that? No, I just said that on the live. Damn it.
Yeah.
No, it was porn.
Christmas Catch.
It was Christmas Catch.
It was a love story.
It was
about
Christmas. No, it was not. Shut up.
Yeah,
It was not. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm watching all the murder docs, and you're watching
Shut up, woman.
Hallmark channel.
Stop it.
Oh man.
Go ahead, throw me on the bus, man. I'll throw you under the bus.
I'm done.
But when I throw you under the bus, it's going to be right in front, and they're going to be driving right over you. I'll quit, and you go, you'll look like your murder document. Murder documentary. Okay, what did you say? Your front tires are rated? I thought the standard prime steers tires was 12,300. 12,350. They're 1,675 pounds. Was it? No. Yeah, 16. What the hell was it? 6,750 pounds, I believe they were. 612. 13 or 25 pounds. They worked out to be 12,350. What? Something in those?
I heard it. Something like your phone went ding.
Oh no, my phone just went off and turned back on.
Oh.
But you can look in your door jamb too, and there's a tag in there, and it says that the axle's rated at 12,350 also. But you remember, your weight rating is the weakest link. If you had a 15,000 steer axle, but you had 13,000 pound tires, you're 13,000 pounds. You go by your weakest link. My company wanted me to drive with the tandems at 34,200, only 200 pounds over. Would be interesting to see how much over before a ticket. Now, I myself personally, the tandems, your trailer tandems, 200 pounds over, you couldn't slide them. You couldn't slide your tandems at all. Now, myself, personally, I would say never drive with them over, but yeah, I probably would have ran with that. On the tandems, yeah, I'd have been like, unless, as soon as I seen way station ahead, I'd have pulled over. Unless it's your turn to drive. Coolant Sensor says, Trucker Yelling, that's not good. Some states fine $1 a pound over. So that would have been what? $200. So $200 fine.
I sure wouldn't want to pay $200 fine. I know.
If it got me, if I paid, no, if it was a good paying load and it was a matter of reworking that thing, or now, here's the thing though. Could every scale fine you $200?
Yep.
That would suck.
Every state.
And once you got hit by that first scale, they'd let everybody know in your route, hey, you got this truck going through, get your money.
And by the time you got to your receiver, you'd have no more money coming in because you'd be in the hole now.
Quit being a baby, woman.
No.
Quit being a baby.
I don't do this to make no money.
But you don't make no money. It goes into my checking account.
So I spend it. I spend it.
No, you don't. Why is it so blurry? What the hell happened to my focus here?
I just went Christmas shopping last night and today.
You did?
Yeah, for Hannah.
Are you done?
I got a couple more things I need to buy.
Do I need to look to see how much money you spent?
No, I looked. You're okay. There's money in there.
You're okay. I put a lot of money in there, though. That wasn't for you to just spend it all.
I didn't spend it all. I just bought Christmas gifts.
But there was more money than should be in there, in other words.
Yeah, there was.
I moved money, and I forgot to transfer it out of there.
Oh, it's a good thing you forgot to transfer it. No, I didn't use it all. Oh, I just bought it. What's the point of making money if you can't spend it on those you love? David just wants to put it in a frame and paint it and hang it on the wall. Here's money.
99% of the people on this feed right now will say they love money.
Yes, but they probably love spending it on things. They're just not.
They would say they don't want to spend it. They want to hoard it like me
it's not,
and just touch it.
You shouldn't hoard money.
Okay, I don't even want to touch the money. I just want to look at it in my bank account and go, ooh.
That's all he does. That's it. Oh, gosh.
You don't make money so you spend it. You make money so you save it. When I die, I want to be buried with all my money.
You're OCD, man. That's all.
You're OCD.
No.
Okay, let's see. Nice. I'm going to move my fifth wheel back. My steers are always heavy. I carry a lot of junk. I can go back 2 more notches. Oh yeah, well hell yeah. If you got if you can go back, move them back. Yeah, if your steers are heavy, move it back.
They said they carry lots of junk too. So wait, hey, you live on your truck. You have to have something you got to have some things on your truck that mean something to you. My God, your life is just an empty ball of
What is this?
pus.
Ben, yo, David, Melissa, why are you not in the driver lineup Discord yet?
Huh?
It's a nice community, not like Facebook. I have no idea what that even means.
I don't either.
So that's probably why. Get to go to Peterbilt once I get to the mothership. Okay, so Jeremy's got an appointment to go to Peterbilt as soon as he gets to the mothership. Right on, so Peterbilt's taking him right away. That's good to know.
Because their trucks don't break. So why are they hitting him right away?
I don't know. Joe says you didn't touch my comment with a 10-foot pole. Love it. The hell are you talking about? I read your comment, David. Why are you not? Okay, I read your comment. What are you talking about?
That went a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you read it.
Yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about because I read all your comments. Gilligan says, coolant sensor. I told dispatch I didn't want to drive with the 34,200 over and got yelled at. I bet you didn't. I bet you called them. I bet you didn't send that over to Qualcomm, because if you sent that over to Qualcomm, and they tell you anything other than what the law is, then you got a legal document saying they wanted you to do some bad stuff there. Here, that's so bizarre, because I was freaking 20 pounds heavy, or 40 pounds heavy on my. I was 40 pounds heavy on my trailer, and I was going to California, and I was sitting at the terminal. No, I wasn't at the, whatever it was. I ended up, my fleet manager told me go get it reworked. Because I was like with, oh, okay, I got it. Jeremy sent me a text, and I accidentally hit the text, and it turned it on. Now I lost everything. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
And my fleet, he's like, nope, you're going, especially going to California, man. Waste almost a whole day, but no ticket. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit and say things that I would or wouldn't do. I don't want no targets on me. Inserts. CNN technical difficulties. Discord is an app to talk to a group. Huh? Truckers Live says no APU allowance. California, DC. That is, what is DC? What state starts?
Washington.
Oh, Washington DC.
District of Columbia. Oh.
Hawaii, HI. Is that Hawaii? Kentucky, North Carolina, and what's RI?
Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island. What's HI?
Hawaii.
Hawaii? I didn't even know they had trucks in Hawaii. Is trucking career worth it? I'm 26, single, just working at a paint job, making $13 an hour. Yes, if you can stand to be away from home for long periods of time, or let's say you don't really have a home type deal, it's absolutely worth it. You know, it's still worth it to get into work out here for a year or two, to get some experience, because then you can go home and get a local job, a dedicated, or, you know, something like that. Now, you won't make the kind of money you make over the road for the most part. I know there's always an exception to the rules, but 90% of the time, you're not going to make money going local as you will OTR. Now, all the local guys always tell you that they make more money than OTR drivers, so it's just a big battle back and forth. Me, I don't care. I looked into it. I couldn't find a local job that was going to make near the money. And especially once you go local, now you're going to have other bills because you're home a lot more now. So, you know, to each their own, whatever you want to do, man. But I think it's worth getting into, especially young like that. And you don't have, what'd you say? Career worth this? You're single? Hell yeah. If you're living at with your parents or anything like that, hell yeah, it's worth it. Live off the truck or hotels or with your parents and bank all that money. Within a couple of years, you'll be buying a house outright. Coolant Sensor says, Matt, single and young, absolutely. You can make great money if you do it right. Yep, absolutely. There's Jeremy. Jeremy says, I get to go to Peterbilt tomorrow once I get to the mothership, and Road Assist says I will be down for at least 24 hours. Okay. Now, can Peterbilt do your, they could probably do your DOT inspection while you're there too.
Don't you have one coming up?
Yeah. Gilligan said they yelled at me on the phone. Yeah, and you never, ever, ever do anything like that over the phone. And number two, if somebody yelled at me on the phone, I don't give a crap who they are. I'm going to let them know what I think about that.
Only I can yell at them on the phone.
I mean, you don't even yell at me in person in the middle of an office building. In the middle of, Melissa knows what I'm talking about.
I do?
Yeah, remember when we were having that conversation about the weight issue? I'm not going to get involved, and things started getting loud.
Yeah.
They started getting loud, so I started getting loud. No, man. Nuh-uh. There ain't no reason to yell at anybody, man. I mean, what am I, a child?
Yeah.
I mean, if a fleet manager yelled at me about me being overweight or something like that, yeah, Number one, I know it wouldn't be my fleet manager. It would have to be like night or weekend or something. And number two, just like I told the other guys, okay, send it to my Qualcomm. And when they say no, I'll say that's what I thought. Sucker. Oh, your DPS filter is clogged. Okay. Well, that's because you idle that. There you go. That's because you, every morning you try to warm that truck up for an hour or whatever you do. I'm telling you, man, you don't need to warm these trucks up. You fire them up, you slam them in gear, you hammer on that go pedal and go, why ain't you going? Jeremy, every time I talk to him, he's always, I got to warm up, I'm letting my truck warm up. It's like, man, screw that. You know, and yeah, you're a deaf truck, man. They don't like to idle, dude. It screws things up. I only have 109,000 miles on it. Yeah, that sucks. Local, typically more physical labor. Hopefully it's warranty. I assume it is. My grandfather left me his 73 International cab over to get it modern and looking pretty. I'll be around 160K total, slowly but surely. Are you making a show truck out of it? Are you going to put it back into service or what? Matt says, thank guys. Does it matter what trucking company I start with? It does, because, you know, you go to, I'm going to tell you, I don't bash companies, but you know what? CR England is a pig. They're just a pig as a company. To put 3 people in a truck and pay them nothing, that is just wrong.
I haven't seen that in a while.
That is just wrong. Yeah, you want to go with the company that's going to treat you right. Prime is a great company to start with if you can get in with them. If not, Wilson Logistics is all right. You know, do your research though. Pick something that's going to work for you. But I say Prime is a great company. But if you get in with a bad company, that could end your career quickly. Also, if you get in with a bad trainer, that can end your career quickly. And there's a gentleman that was emailing, or was supposed to email me because I wanted to talk to him on the phone. He got off his trainer's truck and he's having a problem. He went lease right away and he's having a problem with it and was asking some advice, and things seemed to have piddled out. I'd sent him my email address to send me an email with his phone number so I can call him, because I'd really like to know what's going on. But it sounds like, you know, he jumped off his trainer's truck, went right into a lease, and is just having a problem with it. I don't recommend doing that unless you know how to run that damn truck. And most people, most students, when they get off their trainer's truck, they think they can run a truck because they've been doing it under the guidance of their trainer. But when they actually get a loan, they don't realize how much they were relying on that trainer. So it's you know, you got to be careful. Going to Spat is worth it. Let's see. I saved $30,000 in 10 months. I'm going to be able to save $40,000 a year in the bank at this rate. Right on. I plan on driving a year and a half more, pay cash for a house, then drive local. There you go. He's got a plan.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, Melissa just said that's a good plan. Yes, CR England puts 3 people in their trucks. They do. I guess they got the 2 bunks back there and they got a bunk overhead. Yeah, it's like watching a clown car when they pull up at a truck stop. There's 3 guys climbing out of the truck. It's like, damn, it must smell like vinegar, butt cheese, and freaking sausage in there. Exactly. They have the bunk up over the, basically where your console is up above you here, there's a bunk there instead. God, man, could you imagine them guys stopping and eating Taco Bell and then getting on the road? Woo! That truck must be on fire. I mean, how does the guy drive? His eyes must be bleeding. Trucker's Life says, starting some barbecue pulled pork tonight for dinner tomorrow. Guys, if you don't know who this Trucker Life is, this guy is an absolute psychopath. But I'm saying that in a good way. He cooks on his truck like he's in a goddamn chef's kitchen. I mean, I've never seen somebody make so much stuff from scratch. And then on top of that, he uses like glass silverware, or they're not whatever he's used. I don't know if they're glass or plastic, but they're not throwaway. So he's got to do dishes every day too. And when he makes Asian food, he uses chopsticks, not wooden throwaway chopsticks, but like reusable chopsticks. It's like, what the hell? It just cracks me up. I always run across his videos of making stuff, and it's like, God. A lot of times it's like, damn, I want some of that. Always use the company, don't let them use you. Yep, absolutely. Anyways, guys, I can't believe it. I've been on here for over 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and say good night. Yeah, Joe, if you noticed earlier, I started looking for it, and I was like, I didn't want to reach up and get it because my fat stomach would have got in front of the camera, and I just can't have that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Melissa's all snuggle bunnied back there, and I need to grab her and drag her out to get a shower because I need to be able to breathe in this truck. Shut up. Anyways, you guys have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Stay tuned for that video. I'm gonna get it out there probably middle part of January. As of right now is what it looks like. Like, comment, subscribe. And David H, Melissa H, husband and wife trucking across America. I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but I'm a dummy and I didn't. So ain't nobody gonna watch 2 hours and 14 minutes to find that. But anyways, if you guys want to come see us on Facebook, that's where it's at. Boink.